There will always be people who misunderstand you, people who envy you, and people who quietly hope you will stumble. But an enemy does not need to defeat you if you are willing to defeat yourself in their presence. Sometimes the greatest mistake is not what they do to you, it is what you reveal, what you react to, and what you surrender when they are watching. Do not give everyone a window into your heart. Not every question deserves an answer. Not every insult deserves a reaction. Not every provocation deserves your anger. There is a particular kind of strength in knowing when to remain silent, when to walk away, and when to let someone believe they know you when, in truth, they know almost nothing, because the moment you lose control of yourself, you hand someone else the power to control you. Your enemy may study your anger. They may study your fears. They may wait for the moment when your emotions become louder than your wisdom. So protect your peace as carefully as you protect your future. Speak less. Observe more. Move with intention. Let your actions become the answer to every doubt placed upon you. And remember this, you do not have to become cruel simply because someone has been cruel to you. You do not have to become bitter because someone tried to break you. There is dignity in refusing to let another person's darkness decide the shape of your soul. Sometimes victory is not standing over your enemy. Sometimes victory is becoming so disciplined, so peaceful, and so certain of who you are that their presence can no longer disturb the person you are becoming. There is a difference between being honest and giving everyone access to the most vulnerable parts of yourself. You can be sincere without being exposed. You can be kind without being completely open. And you can trust people without forgetting that trust must be earned. One of the greatest mistakes you can make around an enemy is revealing exactly where you hurt, what you fear, what you desire, and what you cannot bear to lose. Because information becomes power in the hands of the wrong person. An enemy does not always attack you with weapons. Sometimes they attack you with knowledge. They notice the subject that makes your voice tremble. They remember the insecurity you casually mentioned. They recognize the person whose approval you desperately seek. They observe what makes you angry, what makes you afraid, and what makes you doubt yourself. Then when the moment comes, they may use those things to pull you away from your center. This is why emotional discipline matters. You do not owe everyone an explanation for your pain. You do not have to tell everyone why you are struggling. You do not have to announce every dream before it has had the chance to grow roots. Some things become stronger when they are protected from unnecessary eyes. A seed does not need an audience while it is becoming a tree. There are people who will ask questions because they genuinely care, and there are people who ask because they are collecting information. Wisdom is learning the difference. When you are around someone you do not trust, observe before you reveal. Listen to what they say, but pay even greater attention to what they do. Notice whether they respect boundaries. Notice whether they celebrate your success or secretly diminish it. Notice whether they protect your confidence or turn your private words into public entertainment. Character reveals itself through patterns, not promises. And if someone discovers one of your weaknesses, remember that the weakness itself does not define you. What matters is whether you allow that weakness to become a chain around your mind. You may have fears, but you are not your fear. You may have wounds, but you are not your wounds. You may have made mistakes, but you are not the worst thing you have ever done. Protecting yourself does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming discerning. It means understanding that your heart is valuable and therefore should not be placed in every person's hands. There is strength in privacy. There is strength in restraint. There is strength in allowing people to know only what they have earned the right to know. Let your enemies wonder. Let them guess. Let them underestimate you if they choose. You do not need to correct every misconception about yourself. Sometimes the most powerful response is to remain composed while you quietly continue building a life they cannot interrupt. Because when you stop giving your enemies the map to your weaknesses, they lose the directions to your peace, and you become free to move forward without carrying their opinions on your shoulders. There is a kind of power that does not announce itself. It does not raise its voice, demand attention, or seek revenge. It simply stands still while everything around it tries to create chaos. That power is emotional control. When you are around someone who wants to provoke you, your greatest protection is the ability to remain calm enough to choose your response instead of surrendering it to anger. An enemy may say something cruel because they are hoping to see you react. They may question your abilities, insult your character, remind you of an old failure, or deliberately touch the places where you are most sensitive. Their goal is not always to hurt you with their words. Sometimes their real goal is to make you lose yourself. Do not give them that victory. Anger can make intelligent people careless. It can make you speak words you cannot take back. It can make you reveal information you should have kept private. It can push you into arguments that were never worth having. And once your emotions have taken control, someone else has quietly taken control of you. Silence, however, is not weakness. Sometimes silence is the strongest answer available. It gives you time to think before you speak. It allows you to see what is actually happening instead of reacting to what you feel in the moment. It creates distance between the insult and your response. And inside that distance is your freedom. You do not have to answer every accusation. You do not have to defend yourself against every opinion. You do not have to prove your worth to someone committed to misunderstanding you. There are battles where winning means refusing to participate. Patience is another form of strength. An enemy may want immediate reactions because immediate reactions are often emotional reactions. But when you slow down, you begin to see beyond the moment. You begin to understand that some people are trying to pull you into a version of yourself that you have already outgrown. Let them speak. Let them assume. Let them misunderstand. You know what you are building. There is no need to destroy your peace. Just because someone else has lost theirs, this does not mean accepting disrespect or allowing people to harm you. Emotional control is not passive surrender. It means responding with intention. If you need to establish a boundary, establish it. If you need to walk away, walk away. If you need to speak, speak clearly. But do not let rage choose your words for you. The person who controls their emotions can see possibilities that anger cannot see. They can wait when waiting is necessary. They can leave when leaving is wiser. They can speak when silence has served its purpose. They understand that dignity is not something an enemy can give or take away, and perhaps that is the deepest victory, not becoming the person your enemy tried to create, but remaining fully yourself, steady enough to protect your peace, patient enough to protect your future, and wise enough to know that sometimes the most powerful answer is simply to keep moving forward without allowing anyone else to command your emotions.